Welcome to episode 3 of The Mirror. Why are Americans so stupid when it comes to politics?
Voting, yada yada yada, White House election, blah blah, voting, blah blah blah, Ben Carson.
It's 2016 and we have Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump running for president of the United States. The issue I have with most Americans isn't who you vote for, but why do you vote for them? The average American cares less about what a politician can do once they get in office and more about complaining about the current regime. 9 out of 10 Americans, if they think that the president is okay, they'll be more inclined to vote along those same party lines depending on who's in office. If that same person doesn't like the president, they'll vote in opposition just to get the current regime out of office, not knowing what the current candidate represents or what they support. Recently, I was watching Triumph the Dog on Hulu. Now, on this show, he actually brought in people for a panel discussion on Donald Trump. Now, I'm not 100% sure that these were actual Trump supporters, but the idea that an American would support their candidate, no matter what stupid stuff they say, rings true for most people in this country.
We wanted to see how far we could push Trump's loyal supporters. So we decided to assemble a group of them for an unfiltered view of how they connect with Trump's vision for America. We brought these actual Trump supporters to this actual focus group research center to watch these actual fake Trump campaign ads.
I believe the transgenders deserve to use the bathroom they feel comfortable in. But sometimes that means men transgenders are going into women's bathrooms. Women deserve to be comfortable too. That's why, as your president, I will make guns available in every ladies' room in America. And these will be easily available in dispensers next to the other dispensers that you see in the ladies' room. The guns will be chained to the wall so they can't be used outside the bathroom, so the women can do whatever they do, with the knowledge that the playing field is even. Problem solved. It's disgusting, but it's solved. We're done with this. Let's move on.
Tell me what your initial reaction is. What do you think?
I personally think that if you're a man, you go to men's restrooms. If you're a woman, go to women's restrooms. And it all started. We never had this issue before. I think it just started with Caitlyn Jenner. It's like God. It's like then Obama. It's like. Oh.
So what about the details on that? How would that work? How would you imagine that they could make something like that work?
If there's a, break the glass.
Right. I don't know, but
That might be a little better, but
or even like a baseball bat. Or
Yeah, some baseball.
So something. Oh, if it wasn't a gun, having a
Yeah.
bat or something
Yeah.
else to
Mace
defend
or
yourself in
something.
there. Good comments on that first one.
Now, this video isn't in support of any candidate or any particular party. The purpose of this video is to actually force Americans to look in the mirror and ask yourselves, why do you support whatever and whoever you support? In this video, you watched a panel of Americans support some of the most stupidest ideas that you could ever put in front of them just because the candidate that they support said them. Now, the educated person would ask themselves, why? Is it because Donald Trump's a white man and the current president is black? And, like it or not, some people who don't like President Obama just want to get him out of office and will vote for a guy like Donald Trump, primarily because he's a white male. Or, for you Hillary supporters out there, is it because that she's a woman?
I'm a big fan of women, and they're big fans of me. But some want to vote for crooked Hillary just because she's a woman. But is she?
Or maybe it's because she's held political office, or the fact that she was a first lady for 8 years. Politicians will say anything to get your vote. Anything. So how do we shift through the rhetoric to find qualified candidates to run for President of the United States? The main thing you have to do is actually educate yourself and find out what it is that the president can actually do legally in our country. Can a president create laws? No. How can a president stimulate job growth? A presidential candidate can have the best intentions in the world while they're campaigning, but if they're not a good communicator and haven't already had established relationships in the opposing party, anything that they could possibly bring to Congress is going to fall on deaf ears or get shot down. To be a good president, you actually need two things, in my opinion. One, you need global political experience. And two, you need to be a good communicator. The number one thing I think that makes Americans so stupid when it comes to politics is the fact that most Americans will base whoever they're going to vote for this year on whoever won the last year. Whether you like President Obama or not, his political views and agendas have nothing to do with the two current candidates that are running for office. How many presidents leave office without actually making any substantial change in bettering American life? When will us as Americans realize that the two-party system is just a box that's used to essentially keep us from looking at other political campaigns and other political figures that may be a better fit for what our country is actually trying to do? At the end of the day, anyone who would win the primaries and go on to actually win the United States presidency comes into office with their own agenda and their own financial positioning that they're trying to maneuver themselves in after they actually leave office. So the goal isn't to do what's best for the American people. It's a stepping stone, so to speak, into them moving on into some other position after the fact that they leave office. I'll leave you with a clip from Bill O'Reilly where he actually makes the same argument.
Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. The truth about political promises, that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. As we reported last night, the rise of Donald Trump to the top echelons of the Republican Party is one of the most stunning political stories in the past century. Also, the campaign of Bernie Sanders is giving Hillary Clinton all she can handle, and who would have predicted that? The popularity of both men based on promises, things they say they will do if elected president. Talking Points believes that many, perhaps most, followers of Trump and Sanders don't really care whether the men can deliver. It's their tone, point of view, philosophy that is mesmerizing millions of voters. Because the truth is, Sanders and Trump will not be able to do some of the things they are promising. We believe they want to do them, but they will not be able to overcome our political structure. Simple as that. Let's take Donald Trump first. He says he will build a wall between the USA and Mexico, and that is certainly possible. It will not be a continuous wall because there are national barriers that will stop that. However, the construction of an effective barrier, very possible, and would happen if Trump is elected president.
We are going to have a strong border. We are going to build the wall. It will be a real wall. A real wall. Who is going to pay for the wall? Who?
One problem, Mexico will not pay for the wall, no matter what a President Trump might threaten. His proposed action to stop Mexicans illegally here in the USA from sending money back to their family and friends is impossible. No one can stop the mail. Mr. Trump also says he will deport perhaps as many as 12 million illegal aliens here within 2 years. Again, the courts would likely block a mass deportation, and even if they didn't, each individual alien under law will have to have a court hearing before any action would be taken. And right now, the average wait time for an immigration hearing, about 2 years. So realistically, for a mass deportation to take place, hundreds of billions of dollars would have to be allotted, and even then, the actual movement of that many people would be unprecedented. And what about Mr. Trump's wish to temporarily ban Muslims who live in areas dominated by terrorism from coming here to the USA? Again, the courts would likely step in and block the action based on the equal protection clause, whereby you cannot single out a specific group, in this case Muslims, for any legislative action. Finally, Donald Trump wants to force China from devaluing its currency. He says if they do not stop doing that, there'll be a trade war. Here, Mr. Trump is on solid ground. The trade deficit with China was $366 billion last year. Unbelievable. That means they get all those billions free and clear above what we're buying from them. Donald Trump certainly can renegotiate that appalling situation. Anybody could. And it's a job killer for Americans, as he says.
If any of you guys are wondering what I'm wearing, I'm actually wearing a Kevin Gambit logo t-shirt. If you want to get your own copy of the t-shirt, you can go ahead and go to www.kevingambit.com. The people hold the power.